That is Kenya Commercial Bank taking the field. Lots of support for them. Their training ground is just down the road. And the Australians have come a long way. It's good to see them here for the first time. Renegades, those familiar gold colors that we've come to associate with Australian sides. Australian Renegades versus Kenya Commercial Bank will be the next match. First time we're seeing the Australians here. I'm sure they'll be very wary of the local Kenya sides after the England Royals were upset by Kenya Harlequins.
Sure thing, Paul. KCB are the newly crowned Safaricom 7 Series champions, and let's see how they'll play against Australia Renegades in this game.
So Rodney Iona, to get us started, I think he'll need to really test the firmness of the ground, because as you can see, all the mud there. Puts it just on the 10. No, that did not make it. So mistake to start off by Australia, gifting KCB possession early on in the match. Mano Kembo straight. It's very obvious that KCB are going to look to play really directly. Hastings Nyariki on the outside. This half break by KCB. No clear release by Australia. And it's KCB looking to play this at pace at the beginning of the game. Knock on by the Australia team. Great start by KCB. Ball was out. Thank goodness for that. Looked like the referee may have almost forgotten about the advantage, but he did not.
Sure thing, he did not.
You can see the Australians panting as well. This is high altitude. Nairobi is quite high up, and most of these teams are used to playing sevens at sea level. And it is a big challenge, this Safaricom sevens, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Paul.
It's the first scrum of the match. And referees always spend a great deal of time ensuring that the first set piece is correct, because that sets the tone for the rest of the game. Because the referee taking his time to tell both sets of forwards what to do. So I think you should just let them get on with it, because in the game of sevens, you don't have that much time to be too pedantic. Australians looking to be aggressive at contact. KCB doing well to retain possession. Great tackle. Enrique is the main man at the moment, linking up in the middle. First mistake by KCB. Knock on. Very slippery character is Matt Dannon. Gives it to his enforcers on the outside. No clear release. That gives Australia some relief and a chance for them to clear their lines.
First time that they're doing it in this game after the early pressure from KCB.
Yes, indeed, and they opt not to kick for touch. You'd have thought someone had pressed the pause button the way Ioane was strolling. James Turner takes it in. Great handoff. Another step on the outside by Bill Meeks. Still going. Cleared by Dannon. Taken by KCB. That could have been anyone's ball. Ken Mosetti chasing. Cheeky chip by Simpson. Good vision by him. Oh, lovely. Interesting call by the referee. He didn't see much wrong with that. Looks smart. He's on his way to score. Interesting call by the man in the middle. It's KCB also looking to play at tempo. Nice quick tempo. Dog's leg appeared. Great switch by Nyariki. Great coming tackle by James Turner. try-saving tackle that forced KCB to knock on.
And once again, the Australians escaped.
Needed to be a ball and all tackle as well. Game of sevens has become as much about defense and attack as attack as well. If Turner hadn't ensured that the ball could not be released, KCB were in for a try for sure. So 4 minutes into the match, still no score. Mark Dannon doesn't seem to agree with the referee about that feed. This is a good chance for KCB to score just after the 22. Ken Mosetti with a step and the handoff. Are they in?
The referee called.
Called by the referee.
Polika Podhiambo held up.
That was inches, or would I say centimeters? It looked like the ball was grounded, but sevens match officials don't have the luxury of the television match official like we have in the 15-a-side match. But it's still KCB with all the possession and all the territory. Can they convert this pressure into points? Pass needed to go to hand. Knights loose. Mistake. And they have let the Australians off the hook. Disappointing play there by KCB. If they just kept the ball in hand, probably would have found themselves in with a very good chance of scoring. But as it stands, still no score. And the Renegades have a chance to clear their lines. Matt Dannon, I'm sure, having a chat with the referee. Perhaps they're discussing that he may need a protractor to put this in straight. That looked just as straight as the other one. But anyway, play goes on. With strength. Now the Renegades have a chance to attack. Well, not by throwing it to the ground will they not be able to get any latitude. Dalen Simpson, I'm sure he's thrown better passes in his rugby career.
Yeah, sure thing, Paul.
So we're getting into 30 seconds left in this first half. Still no score between KCB and Australia. And getting organized. That's the hooter. This will be the final play of the half. Can KCB finish in a strong position? Such a big lift for the team if you can get a score before halftime, and almost intercepted by Luke Smart. And that will be the final play of this half. A real battle of attrition at the moment between Australian Renegades and Kenya Commercial Bank of Kenya. No score. 0-0. Let's see what the coaches have to say at halftime.
Okay. Great defensive effort, really happy with there, okay? Let's not overcommit to breakdowns, okay? If they want it, fuck it, let them just have it, okay? Let's just set our line, okay? Be patient with the ball, we haven't seen it, okay? When we do see it, let's be patient with it, alright? Otherwise, guys, you're going well. Another 7 minutes, just play smart football, stick to what we know. Alright,
just watch out for the defensive line. We don't need to rush them.
Interesting
Just come up to them,
words by
tackle,
McMahon.
reset
Almost
again.
seemed to be preaching.
Outside man,
Telling
make
them
sure you
that it's
stay
all
outside
going well.
inside man. Don't fucking go shoot,
At
that's the hole.
times,
It runs
I
straight
think
in.
coaches need to be a bit more specific with their
Only man
players
competing is the
in
tackle.
order for them to have specific goals and targets to achieve in a half. But anyway, I told them that they're playing well, but some of the words from the senior players there, the captain, I think they do need to be a bit more clinical in attack. It seemed a bit casual in this first half.
Yes, they did. Probably the altitude of Nairobi could contribute to that. Probably the weather as well.
So fans streaming in, and Safaricom have made a good effort of ensuring everyone wears those fancy green hats. I think I have one at home from a few years back.
I'd like to see you in it tomorrow, Paul.
Let me not betray my age, but I don't think I'm quite in the age bracket to be putting those on at the moment. So Ken Mosetti to get the second half started for KCB. Anybody's game at the moment. And very good tactics to kick high and deep. And it's up to the Australians to make the territory. Almost a turnover there. Just got in there in the nick of time. And numbers on the outside if they want to use them, but no. Leg pass. Australians just haven't seemed to find the right player at the right time. Now they've got space on the outside if they look to use it. Bill Meeks to the speedster. Steps yet again. Still playing with the ball in hand. Much better from the Australians now. Good step by Matt Hawke. Comes on the inside. Lovely strength. Just needs some composure. All the ball needs to do is go to hand. And yes, it's Luke Smart in with the first try of the match after some very good rugby all the way from their 22.
Probably an affirmation of what the coach was telling the team at halftime, that all was going well.
Great work, Hawkey. Good stuff, Dill. Nice work, Dill.
That try was made by Matt Hawke, who did all the hard yards. Then he just needed to keep the ball in hand. Great try, Luke Smart. Crucial score for the Australians. And that does help teams to settle nerves a bit, especially in your first game. If you can get a try, then it allows you to relax and play a bit better. It's way off to the left by Rodney Iona. Come a long way, our visitors from Australia. It's good to see that Safaricom Sevens is expanding to Australasia as well. So Rodney Iona puts that nice and high. Lovely kick, spot on. I thought he had just got that on the 10 meters, but apparently didn't make it. 2 minutes into the second half. KCB looking to reply and level matters. He's all over at the moment, looks smart. Good strong tackle by him. They're not putting much pressure on KCB when they have the ball. Ken Mosetti. James Turner told that the ruck had formed and isolated. That surely would be an Australian ball. Yes, it is, and they've got numbers on the outside and no defender inside. All he needs to do is run straight. And so he does. Rodney Iona, no, he's not gone. Brian Omondi. Brian Omondi's got him in his sides. Will he get it? Oh, smart right by Iona. Just used the angle and just kept going. Very intelligent rugby. Sucking in the big ones. 70 meters on this pitch does take out a lot on people.
It sure does, especially at altitude.
Good sprint technique. At some point it looked like Brian was just about to get him, but did well. Lilian Simpson with that successful conversion, but it puts Australia Australian Renegades, sorry, 2 scores ahead of KCB with 3 minutes left in the second half. Game of sevens can change really quickly though, so rest of my laurels if are the Renegades. They've opted not to go shallow this time. KCB have possession. They must score. They must score very soon. They have to have any chance of coming out the winners. Good kick. Yet another kick. It's a foot race at the moment. Really unlucky. That looked like it was touched ever so slightly. Matt Dannon was chasing with everything he had. If he just caught that, he was in.
And would have given KCB breathing space in this game, a chance to tie up the scores with the Australian Renegades.
So scrum to the Renegades.
No.
Caught it for the squid feet. It's really been tough for Iona this game. That's the third bit of possession is given away. Can KCB capitalize on that mistake and score? Brian Omondi. It's all very tight at the moment. They're not putting pace on the ball. All one-off runners getting the ball at standstill. Almost looked like they were going to find a way. That's a timely interception by Peter Samu.
Go, Mix, just go, mate.
No defenders at all in front of him. Great step by Bill Meeks. Wayward pass. Almost at walking pace at the moment is the match. Great tackle. Isolated. Yep, that is a legitimate turnover. KCB must score and score now if they're to have any chance at all of winning this match. Straight through. Can he go all the way? Yes, good thinking. It's there. Yes. With 10 seconds left in the second half. And the crowd are loving it. But is it too little too late for KCB? Looks smart. Felt a bit of Kenyan muscle in that tackle. He thought they'd lost it in the corner. Somehow managed to keep the ball alive to score. Do they have time to play some rugby after the conversion? Highly unlikely, but you never know. Perhaps the referee was adding a few minutes, but I haven't seen any injuries at all in this game. That would prompt the referee to add any minutes. And that will be the final play of the match. Finally, KCB got some rhythm and struck some passes together. But it's Australian Renegades who come out winners of this match. Hastings Nyariki did well to try and spark some life into the KCB attack. But unfortunately, Australian Renegades had just that bit more composure and have come out winners. Peter Samu and Matt Dannon did well and added 2 tries for Australian Renegades to come out winners by 10 points to 5. And we'll wait for the next match, which will be Kenya Morans playing Botswana.
Okay. No. Even if you step, you're going in skew. At the moment you're doing this, and you're doing that. All right, and you're putting it in there. Yeah, that's a lie. She wants straight. No, that's what I said. Yeah. Like, I put it second. We put it like we had this part of the ball is touching.
Look a bit disappointed, and we go down pitch side to Lisa.
Okay, so we're here at the Safaricom Sevens 2013, and we are here with the strength and conditioning coach from KCB. He's Mike Shamia. Mike, tell us a bit about your team.
We have a young team coming just straight from the National 7 Circuit winners, and we believe we'll have a good tournament here today.
Okay, how's the competition so far?
We just lost our first game. We hope to put in more strength in our next game. So far, fantastic atmosphere.
What are your boys saying about the conditions?
The conditions are great, field is fantastic, and weather is good. We are hoping for more wins.
All the best, boys. That's Mike Shamia from KCB, the winners of the Kenya 7 Circuits. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.